Before we get into the video, let's talk about the Ridge wallet. The Ridge wallet doesn't awkwardly bulge in your back pocket due to its light, sleek, and industrial design. It can hold up to 12 cards and room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles that include a carbon fiber and burnt titanium look. If this wasn't enough to win you over yet, you can just go to their website and check out their 40,000 plus 5-star reviews. And remember, the holidays are coming up and this could be the perfect gift for someone you know that is still carrying around the same wallet they've had forever now. So go to ridge.com/Phazon and see their holiday guide and use code Phazon for 10% off on your next order. Now on to the video. So for today's video, we're going to be looking at one of the characters that I think is the most undervalued and underappreciated and one of the most insane. That is none other than this guy, the Bone Man himself, Azoth. Azoth is just honestly, he's a strange legend, because to me, Azoth is a character who has all the potential, he has the tools, but yet nobody's playing him. According to Brawlmance, which is a pretty popular site for checking stats and stuff of characters, win rates, play rates, all that good stuff. I checked Azoth before recording this. Now, maybe it is a bit inaccurate. I don't know exactly the info they're pulling, but according to that site, Azoth has one of the lowest play rates. However, he has the third highest win rate. That's pretty crazy that he manages to be one of the least played. However, anyone who touches the character has at least some degree of success, or at least in ranked, it seems. I know as far as top level goes, the only Azoth player that we really know about, that was dumb of me, is Blazy. And now that's obviously talking about America and just the US scene, but it's yeah, it's very interesting that no one's playing him. I mean, I had the same dilemma when I was like, oh, Cross is out, I should play Cross. I've played blasters, I play guns as well, and he's just the perfect character for me. The stat lineup's great. It's just I don't like the feel of the character that much, and that's really all it comes down to. It's nothing that crazy, and I feel it's just strange though. I just don't know why people aren't coming to this character, because he's possibly one of the best bows. He's 100% one of the best bows, and then he's also just, I mean, the only other axe I think that can really keep up with his, it might be Rayman, just because Rayman is a really good utility character. But Azoth's bow in particular, I think, is super, super nutty with the variation in SIGs you get. You got a SIG, let's cover in this spot. You got a SIG that has far reach. You can react out of it quick. It has absurd force. That is ridiculous. And then the D-Sig as well is a nice little step back. That's actually useful and can kill. And then the axe kit, I mean, you guys have gotten hit by an axe signature on Azoth. They're all super strong. They're all really, really quick. And they each have a purpose. I also think that Zoth has the potential to be an extremely viable character, not just in ones but in twos as well. He has the weapon makeup to find success in both, and just success in general. Bow right now, I think it's only overshadowed because Greatsword is just so prominent, and then after that you have axe as well, which is just one of the all-time great twos weapons. I mean, you pick it up, you swing around, what I'm kind of doing right now. There's just a lot of potential. Azoth just has so much power in his signatures that he could be a really, really good follow-up character. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people winning with this character in ones or twos. Yeah, it's just a matter of time before people really take advantage of this character, especially when the patch happens on January 20th, which is closer than I think a lot of people tend to realize. That'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll see, Greatsword nerfs, all that. But I'm not sure if we're going to see, bow nerfs. I'm sure that Azoth is probably going to stay the same. I wouldn't expect this character to get nerfed at all. I mean, he's only gotten buffed, and given that no one's played him, I think he is more than likely. Now, if he gets buffed, I'd be shocked. But if he stays the same, I think that's going to be pretty big. Yeah, not a surprise. It'll be oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because BMG tends to buff characters that aren't played for whatever reason, and I don't know why. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but from a competitive standpoint, when people know that, oh yeah, this character's really, really good, no one's playing him. And that reminds me of Lord Vrax was in the same spot as Azoth is kind of in, except Lord Vrax was undeniably the best character in the game. Just literally no one played that character. He had a 3-piece true combo. His signatures were absurd. He had so much going for him and no one was playing him. And that's kind of Zoth right now. He's just, no one's playing him, and he's reaping all the benefits. He's getting all the buffs directly, indirectly. Signatures were the last thing I think directly buffed to this guy. something, I think it was something on axe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe on bow as well. I don't think so. I feel like the bow kit has stayed the same. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. I know you guys will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, he's just, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if I'd ever pick up this guy, but I think for sure there are going to be more and more people playing him. I'm sure, though, after I make this video, we'll see a rise in Azoth popularity. Maybe. I don't think my influence has that much reach, but I know that a couple of you guys in gold will appreciate the capabilities that this character has when it comes to spamming. I mean, Azoth, like, guys, when it comes to the signatures of this character, it's ridiculous. Like, he is so good, especially on, like, edge guard scenarios with bow, I think, in particular. Even axe, side sig and d-sig are really good. I mean, he has that thing. That thing is massive. It's way bigger than I think what people actually expect, and plus it's a step back, which is really good. Yeah, I just don't understand this kit. Oh yeah, you can hit him like through the stage too, by the way. Like this, that hits, which I don't like really. That's definitely something to do with line of sight. That's not like an Azoth specific. I mean, it is an Azoth specific thing since we're talking about signatures, but also problems like that just happen across the board on a bunch of weapons because of a line of sight feature they do. Once like your character can see the other character that's on stage, right, then you're gonna be able to get the hit on them, which they've tried. I think they have improved a bit, but it still is wonky because like spear recovery, you know, once you hit that threshold where your character's head is like peeking over, then you're gonna have spear recovery hitting you on the edge, which is pretty lame if I do say so myself, but I don't know how fixable that really is. All right, what's this guy? This guy I feel like is going too crazy for his own good. And that's why I think Azoth also is very good. You know, everyone wants to be a Mordex player. Everyone wants to be the next Sandstorm. Don't be the next Sandstorm. You know what you are good at and play it. And I think that's a big thing. You know, people just want to play whatever they see as good instead of figuring out themselves. And, well, I guess I'm telling you what to play here. Try Azoth. If you are looking for a character, you know, you're a bow main, but you're like, oh, I don't like the other bow characters. You're an axe main, you're like, the axe characters aren't really doing it for me. Look at this character. I promise you he's going to be a good investment. Yeah, I don't know why I'm encouraging you guys to become Azoth players, because I feel like Azoth is just a nightmare, to say the least. This guy is wild. He is, he's like just about the whole package right now. He doesn't have greatsword. That's like the one thing he's missing. He has an easy weapon in axe, and then he also has a very rewarding and very good weapon right now, especially if you master it, which is bow. And plus, I mean, the signatures and axe make up for the fact that bow sometimes can struggle in like killing situations. I mean, yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Also, just to clarify, yes, I am a little bit sick. Nothing too crazy. I have a little bit of sinus stuff, but I think I'm all good, and I just need to get better sleep. I mean, that's the big thing, but you know how it is, especially when you're on break. You never really want to sleep. Sleep's like the last thing you really want to do, or for some people it's like the thing they want to do the most. But yeah, it's been a long couple of days. I visited some people over the weekend, and yeah, now I'm back, so expect videos to return regularly. Okay, this guy, I've gotten this guy so many times. I've gotten Masio, I've gotten him so many times in experimental. It's unreal. Like, I don't know what days of the week this guy, what hours of the day he's operating on, but I swear every time I turn on the game, now to be fair, there's not many people in the experimental queue, especially right now, but this guy is always on the grind. I don't understand. Like, he's always lurking in the experimental queue. I don't have him added, but yeah, it's something I noticed for sure. All right. Oh yeah, another thing this makes me think of, I think that Azoth is a character, you know, I talked about the stats, and I feel like I also should mention, I feel like the weapons cover each other very good. I think the signatures on each weapon cover like the weak spots very well, especially like I said on bow. I believe I mentioned that the signatures on bow in particular really do just like cover the character really well. And then, you know, obviously the matchups like gauntlets into axe I think is really good for gauntlets. So being able to play bow into gauntlets instead I think is a huge up. Now some people I feel like might disagree with that gauntlets into bow is like bad for gauntlets, but I think as a seasoned gauntlets player, I don't know, that's just my experience, but at the same time I do struggle with the weapon or playing against it. So all right, let's get axe, because I've been letting this guy live way too long. Yep. Accent lights will do it. That's how it's done. Alright, give me bow again. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Alright, we'll back up. I knew he was gonna do it. I shouldn't have dashed forward. I was contemplating like instantly sidelighting there because I had a feeling that he might do that. This guy, yeah, this guy is just an absolute. This guy's a freak for sure. All right. Okay. Axe delight or axe dare actually, my bad, at its finest. I know I'm gonna kill him with the sig. Yeah, this guy though is like a Wushang freak. He's gonna come off stage though. Yeah. Nair. Bow Nair doing its thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens on the 20th with the patch. I don't think we're gonna see any sort of like specific Azoth nerfs though. I think we're gonna just see like great sword hit, maybe like some hitboxing thing on bow. But other than that, like I'd be super surprised if like maybe hammer's gonna get something significant. I don't know. It's really hard to like put your finger on it for sure. All right. I want it. He's gonna side sig. Or do an end sig the complete opposite direction. What was that? Alright, this guy. He just he biffed it hard. After he does that insane read on me. He did that. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. I appreciate everyone watching, and if you want to catch me on my stream after this video goes up, the link is gonna be in the description. I'm gonna be live on Twitch, so check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.